Justin is beautiful light to be alive.
Thanks, Parker. Yes, the Proximate Queen, sponsored by Transdental, the favorite dental providers of the Boise Baconator. Now, with convenient locations in Meridian and Boise, better serve the Treasure Valley. It's called the Bullpen, brought to you by Mr. Mod Concrete, here for all your concrete and foundation needs. Your one-stop shop for all your concrete needs. Now pitching for the Baconators, number 9, Shane Trout. The Boise
Hey, baseball fans, Ryan here. Hope all you guys are enjoying the start to your Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed the 2025 MLB All-Star Game. So if you guys watched the 2025 MLB All-Star Game tonight, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comment section. But in tonight's episode, we are going to go over the game highlights of game one of a 6-game series between the Colorado Springs Sky Sox and the Boise Baconators from Hawks Memorial Stadium. So yes, guys, tonight the Boise Baconators were in action to begin a 6-game series at Hawks Memorial Stadium against the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Now, this is a team that we just played over in Colorado Springs in a 6-game series, and we took 5 out of 6 games against them. Now, before we get into tonight's game, I want to give you a little couple of things that were unique about tonight's game. Number one, the Hawks field was a mess. As you guys know, this past weekend we had a concert at Hawks Memorial Stadium, so a lot of dead grass was on the field. So, it did not look like a really good field to play on tonight. But secondly, and I don't think I have ever seen this in an independent league game, both teams were in white pants. The Colorado Springs Sky Sox were in a white jersey and white pants. The Boise Baconators were in a Baconator jersey and hat and white pants. So a lot of people were very confused about, which team was which. But that was another thing that was a little unique and odd about tonight's game one. But game one started for the Boise Hawks was none other than Round Rock, Texas's own, Seattle's own Cameron Dayton. Cameron Dayton getting the start on a Tuesday night against the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Now, the Colorado Springs Sky Sox heading into tonight's game, sitting last place in the Pioneer League at 9 wins and 38 losses. The Boise Baconators heading into tonight's game at 30 wins and 18 losses. It started off not so good for the Boise Baconators. The Colorado Springs Sky Sox would score 2 runs, not just in the first inning, but also in the second inning. And the Boise Hawks, or the Boise Baconators, they really fought back as much as they could. They gave the Colorado Springs Sky Sox a run for the money, and for a lot of the game, like a lot of the middle innings and early innings, the Boise Baconators had the lead. And then out of nowhere, guys, the top of the 7th, the Sky Sox would put 6 runs on the board. They would send 12 men to the plate in the top of the 7th, and they would get the lead and all that. But then in the top of the 8th inning, the Sky Sox would add additional 3. But the Baconators were not done quite just yet, guys. They would have a 3-run bottom of the 7th inning. They would yet to score in the 8th. And going to the 9th, guys, they were down by 4 runs. They were down 13-9 heading into the bottom of the 9th, guys. And Drew Woodcock, boom, would lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Boise Baconators with a solo home run. And we had a new ball game. The Sky Sox were up 13-10. Yes, guys, a football score, 13-10. And unfortunately, that would be all the Boise Baconators would show, guys. They lose game one of a 6-game series to the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, 13-10. The Sky Sox win their 10th game of the Pioneer League season, and it is a very, very tough Boise Baconator loss, guys. But a football scoring in game one of this 6 game series. I really cannot tell you guys what went wrong for the Boise Baconators in tonight's game. I can tell you guys the Boise Baconators walked 9 Colorado Springs Sky Sox guys. The Sky Sox, really guys, the biggest problem for the Sky Sox this season is actually not their hitting. It's really the fielding, the defense has been the problem for the Sky Sox. But really, everybody says that this team, cannot play ball, cannot hit. Well, the Colorado Springs Sky Sox guys, they had 4 home runs tonight's game, and the Boise Baconators only had 2 home runs. So the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, you may say they may be the worst team in the Pioneer League. They went out and they hit 4 long balls in tonight's game. The Boise Baconators only had 2 long balls. And you know what, guys, I really have to say about the Sky Sox, I guess there is that attitude like never give up, never give in. And you know what, guys, first-year manager for the Sky Sox is Dmitry Young, who is a former MLB player. I got to tip my hat, and I'm going to tip my hat to him right on this episode, to him on an amazing win. I mean, really, guys, I'm not going to lie. The Boise Baconators should have won tonight's game, guys, but you know what? Instead of the Boise Baconators winning tonight's game, I think the Boise Baconators were humbled instead. And again, like I said, the Hawks lost 1 game out of 6 in Colorado Springs against the Sky Sox. So they take a really tough loss in game 1 tonight. But really, guys, what was a big problem for tonight's game that was had nothing to do with the game was 2 things. Number one, my mom even said this. Both teams wearing white jerseys and white pants. Like I said, I have never seen that before. But the Sky Sox, do not have any away jerseys. So they're in their white jerseys and white pants. So it was something unique if you attended tonight's game. But the Sky Sox guys, you can make fun of it, you can complain, it doesn't really matter. But the Colorado Springs Sky Sox guys, I guess that's the only uniform they have, and they ended up with a W tonight. The other thing, guys, is the outfield. There was a lot of dead grass on the field, and it was due to a concert this past weekend at Hawks Memorial Stadium. I know a lot of people were not happy about that. A lot of the Sky Sox players and Baconator players were complaining about that. And unfortunately, I can't control that. That is something out of my control. But I can tell you that despite a lot of dead grass in the outfield and on the field, it will be done. I was able to talk to Boise Baconators groundskeeper John Giles. He said possibly by game 3 or game 4, there will be the grass should be fine. But until game 3 to game 4 of this 6-game series, it's going to be a little dead and all that. So, and again, because at the Hawks Stadium this past weekend with a concert, that's why there was a lot of dead grass in the outfield. And again, my mom did not like how both teams had white pants and white jerseys, but the Sky Sox do not have an away uniform. The uniform they wore in the 6-game series and tonight is unfortunately the only uniform. But what's really odd about the Sky Sox, their jerseys said Sky Sox. The hats the Sky Sox were wearing were Colorado Northern Colorado Owls hats, the former name of the team. So they were not in the Sky Sox hat, but they were in the Northern Colorado Owls hat. So people also like kind of mentioned that as well. So, but again, guys, a football score was the final score of Game 1 of a 6-game series. The Colorado Springs Sky Sox win their 10th game of the season by beating the Boise Baconators 13-10, a football score, final score in Game 1 of this 6-game series.